Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about trading psychology. Here's what we'll cover. We'll go through a little bit of an introduction, preparation for the day, making sure that we're trading risk capital. That's very important. And then we'll also talk about taking a break when things get a little rough for us. If they get a little rough, maybe you're just a dynamic trader, who never takes a loss. Okay, let's get started. Now, it's said that trading is 90% mental and 10% methodical. It's also said that you have to get rid of emotions when trading. Well, that's very difficult to do since we're emotional creatures. I mean, that's just very difficult. So emotions are how we interpret our surroundings and our circumstances. So to turn this off is like being the Walking Dead, which a lot of us are not. You got a few people who are, but a lot of us are not. Now, having such strong emotions, it does not help when it comes to trading. One thing that comes with trading that you have to know is that you are going to take losses at some point. But in life, when we take losses, our mind, it tends to equate that with being a loser. And being a loser never feels good to us. So that makes us deviate sometimes from our trading plan. And then we start this downward spiral of bad trading habits that are very hard to break. In turn, we tend to lose more of our account because we feel anxious and rushed to make our money back. And before long, we're out of capital, which means we're out of our trading business. So the question really becomes, how do we deal with this? Well, what we have to first do, we have to begin to prepare our minds for trading. Now, there are two main emotions that you'll deal with trading, and those emotions are fear and greed. We either become scared when the trade starts working against us, or when we have one working in our favor, we want to get more and more profit, being greedy. There's only one way to deal with this, and that's to maintain self-discipline or self-control. Now, this is the hardest part for traders today because we live in such an instant gratification society. So the reality of having to wait for a setup or possibly not having any trades for a day can just work us over. When we're in the market, sometimes we feel like we just have to make something happen. Well, the only way to combat this is to start having some kind of regimen before you trade, some kind of ritual, so to speak. And this is called preparation for the day. Now, when we approach trading, we must come with the mindset that there are others out there who are trying to take our capital. Most times it's the banking institutions, the trading houses, or something like that. Sometimes even the brokers that we deal with. So we must have a mindset to protect what we have and to grow it, that being our capital. Also, we must understand that other corporations know the tendencies of retail traders, so we must work to avoid that. So before you start trading, here's some things you should do. You should get to your computer at least 30 minutes earlier, preferably 1 hour. You should check your emotions before you start trading. Be honest with yourself. Check your breathing. Also, create a good trading environment and visualize success. Now, when you get to your computer early, at least 30 minutes, preferably an hour, when you decide to get to your computer early, you have the advantage of not rushing into a trade. This gives you time to study the whole market and look for previous moves that you can take advantage of. This gives you an opportunity to look at the market from a macro perspective versus a micro perspective, which can put you in a whole lot of choppy situations and make you lose a decent portion of your capital. Now, you also need to check your emotions, okay? What do I mean by that? If you're not feeling up to it or just having a bad morning, then it's probably best not to trade. As a matter of fact, it's best not to trade. While we may think we're okay, subconsciously, we're still sorting through all kinds of mental clutter or junk. Now, this can include sometimes maybe an argument or a fight with a spouse or just being plain tired or burnt out. And if you're feeling like, well, maybe maybe I'm up to it, maybe not, at that point, it's just not worth it to get in the market and trade. Just leave it alone. Now, here's another thing in checking your breathing. This is one of the most key areas when trading. Breathing properly will help to keep you calm and relaxed. When you're calm, you make better trading decisions and thus result in more profits. There are a ton of breathing exercises you can do. If you just go to Google and do a search on the net for breathing exercises, you'll be able to find quite a few there for free. You won't have to pay for them. Okay, next you need to create a good trading environment. Now, another area that you want to be aware of is the environment that you're trading in. It should be a calm, relaxed place where you don't have interruptions. This is necessary because you need focus. You need to focus, and most likely you'll need to have a clean desk. If you have a cluttered desk, that can affect your trading sometimes. And sometimes what I like to do personally, I like to play soft, slow classical music. It just relaxes me, just keeps me in a calm state while I'm breathing, taking very deep breaths, really, really keeping myself calm and relaxed. I've noticed when I've had those times when my area is clean, the room is clean that I'm trading in, I tend to have better trading days versus when I just sit down, everything's all over the place, and I don't take control of my environment. That's one thing you want to do, is to make sure you have a good trading environment. Now, here's another thing in checking your breathing. This is one of the most key areas when trading. When you're calm, you make better trading decisions and thus result in more profits. There are a ton of breathing exercises you can do. If you just go to Google and do a search on the net for breathing exercises, you'll be able to find quite a few there for free. You won't have to pay for them. Okay, next you need to create a good trading environment. Now, another area that you want to be aware of is the environment that you're trading in. It should be a calm, relaxed place where you don't have interruptions. This is necessary because you need focus. You need to focus, and most likely you'll need to have a clean desk. If you have a cluttered desk, that can affect your trading sometimes. And sometimes what I like to do personally, I like to play soft, slow classical music. It just relaxes me, just keeps me in a calm state while I'm breathing, keeping myself in a calm state while I'm breathing. preferably a place where you can be away from distractions, just with children, spouses, anything like that. Last of all, we need to visualize success when we're preparing for our day. This is actually the most important part of preparation. Actually spending time visualizing success in trading. And what I mean by that is not just saying, okay, I'm gonna be successful, but actually sitting down before you press one button, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and actually see yourself trading the market successfully. See the outcome before you even start trading. While most of us know this, most of us don't spend time every day doing it. This can really help you to avoid a lot of bad trading habits and things like that. So it's very important to do visualization. Now, it's also said that we learn patterns that are contrary to us being successful in trading. These are habits that are locked deep into our minds that take a lot of work to change. The only way to change it is to get active in reversing it. Spending time programming your mind will help you to do that. That's what visualizing success will do. The mind will only accomplish whatever you feed it. If you constantly feed it images of fear and loss, then that's what it will help you to do. But if you feed it images of winning and overcoming, then it will give you a way to win. It will show you how to win. And that's even at trading, but also in life as well. Now, here's the thing. Make sure that you're using risk capital. The money that you put into the market should only be money that you can afford to lose. Also, this is very important. You should have a consistent income stream coming in other than trading the markets until you are skilled enough to make your living as a trader. Why is this important? Because the last thing you want is dealing with the fear of losing money, and it's the only money that you have, which would then make you take psychological heat, and you'll start doing things to try and make your money back and then lose your account much quicker. So it's very important that you're only using risk capital and that you have other income streams coming in until you are consistent enough to make your living as a trader. Now, sometimes you just hit these rough areas in trading and it's best to take a break. When that happens, we just need to step away totally. Now, it's okay because the markets aren't going anywhere. But when you feel yourself just doing anything and everything and you're trading, not obeying your trading plan, those kind of things, then at that point, it's a good time to step away. When you take a string of losses, then you just might need to readjust mentally. So it's best just to take a few days off and let your mind reset. If possible, take a short mini getaway just to have a change of scenery. While you're away, your mind will be working on a solution for you. The last thing you want to do at some point is to define why you might keep repeating the same bad trading habits. Now, this may get a little deep and may cause you to go back to something as far back as your childhood. And some examples of that may be you were poor growing up, so you don't like the feeling of losing money. So when you started taking a loss in the account, you started doing things to try and avoid it. Or maybe you never had to work hard for anything, so training your mind for self-control seems to be too hard. And finally, you may have always been fearful or played it safe in life, so you don't like risk. But trading is all about taking risks. But to be successful, it's all about managing risk. Whatever the case may be, you'll want to write it down and look for ways to reverse it. Being conscious of these errors can help to turn your trading around. Also, instead of trying to fix every error at once, try and focus on the main one and focus on changing that one for the next 30 days. Be conscious of that one for the next 30 days and then take a step to the next one. Sometimes affirmations help. Those things help. Maybe recording yourself and then playing it back. There's free software you can use that will do that for you. I'll put a link up here to one on the screen called Audacity. It's very free. You can just record yourself with some affirmations to help you reverse those bad trading habits. Okay, well, that's it for this section. Now let's go ahead and let's move on to our next video now.